Good day and welcome to day 3 from Columbus, Ohio's Sonic Temple. I'm Lou Brutus. Brett and Jay from the Glorious Sons join me now. Nice to see you. How are you?
How you doing?
How's it going?
First, let's talk about the live album, Live at Longboat Hall. Now, this is a joint up in Toronto, but tell me why this was the place to do the live record.
Well, we didn't put too much thought into where we were playing. It was
There goes that question.
It was a small space.
Yeah.
It was intimate. We didn't want a big production. We just wanted a small intimate space.
I was talking to somebody last week about going to Longboat Hall. They'd been at our acoustic set, and we had all like the backdrops, and it was set up really nicely. And someone went and saw a show there at Canadian Music Week, and they were like, I don't even think it was the same place. So like, it was more about the thought behind the whole thing that made it look good. Other than, I'm not sure if the venue on its own is that great of a venue. Yeah.
It was more the themes. It was a place that we could control and kind of make our own theme and make our own space out of.
Now, did people know going in that you were going to do the record there? Did you make a big deal about that? And were fans allowed to get in like a regular way, just buy their way in?
It was a contest-based attendance, but they didn't know that it was going to be a live album. It was I guess, marketed as like a one-off special event. Then we did some filming and.
Yeah, the whole thing's filmed. I don't think that's even come out yet. They're probably saving that for something else. But the footage looks phenomenal.
And again, is that something when you go into a gig like that, can you enjoy yourselves, or are you just really glad when it's over and it's gone well?
It's funny you ask, because that one was the prep for that was like in between like 2 tours or something. So we were like, we have to go set up all our gear and relearn how to play all these songs in an acoustic way. So we're all like tired from the road, and we're all being little brats about having to rehearse for the week that we're off. And
we were annoyed.
As soon as we started playing the songs, they came together really easily, and we really didn't rehearse that hard for it. And then we sat down and did that acoustic set, and it turned out to be one of the funner shows.
It was one of my favorite shows of the year because it was unique.
Yeah, it was a lot cooler than we thought it was going to be.
Do you ever have to stop yourself when you're feeling kind of antsy or bitchy about things and think, oh, wait a minute, I get to be in a rock and roll band, maybe I shouldn't be so bitchy?
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes, though. Yeah.
Every job comes with its own crap, and I mean, sometimes, like you say, you just gotta stop, take a deep breath, and realize that you're doing what you love. I mean, it's not like it's not hard. People sometimes forget that, but it's not supposed to be easy, and you know that it's worth it.
If it were easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, and maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe it wouldn't be so fulfilling.
It wouldn't be so fun, and it would, let's talk about Panic Attack. Is that going to be the name of the record, too?
No.
Besides the tune, just the one tune.
Yeah.
How much info can you give at this point?
I'm not sure. When is this interview airing, I guess, would be
You tell us when you'd like it to be, and then you can tell us more.
I mean, you could probably just get some stuff to air around the record. Talk to Nick about when, something like that.
Tell us what you're comfortable talking about at this point.
I'm comfortable talking about Panic Attack.
Okay.
Yeah. Panic Attack is, I mean, it's a very exciting time for us. I think we hit the ball out of the park.
We don't. I guess this with this single, you can really feel the momentum and the belief, and like it's really building to be something that we've never had before behind a single. Like, people believe in it well before we even put it on the radio.
And we got home. And after 3 months on the road, and we were just, I don't know, there was just this electric feeling. Everything was shooting on all cylinders. The momentum was just, overwhelming. And we decided to go into the studio right then and there. And I mean, it was probably the best decision we ever made.
That was smart.
And it was maybe one of the best months of my entire life. Being in Kingston.
Super fun.
14 hours a day, working going to sleep, waking up, working some more.
It was like recording an album in a frat house. In a frat house. There was parties going on. We'd be like laying down guitar tracks. It was like Exile on Main Street without the heroin.
Well, you know what? You bring up Exile on Main Street. Let us then pivot to the fact that you are performing with they're an English group, young kids, a lot of momentum for them. They're called the Rolling Stones. Tell me about playing with the Stones.
I mean, we played with them in Marseille, France last year, and that was a trip. I think this show might be bigger. We have a longer set this time, so I think, you know, what we did last year in France has allowed us to kind of know what we're getting into this time and really go out and kick some asses, hopefully.
It's just nice to get the call back.
Yeah.
That was like the main thing, you know, like if another Canadian band got chose to open for them, you know, it kind of would feel like, you know, it would make you think a little bit, I guess, to say the least.
Yeah.
But to get the call back and to go open for them and have a longer set time, and I mean, friends of ours in the Beaches are on before us, so it's just going to be a wonderful night.
Yeah.
You know, and how did you initially get the call? Just for folks who don't know, on the last Stones run, and I caught them at Twickenham outside of London last year, the last night of the UK tour, and they were pretty much using a different band every night, or a band might get to play 2, no more than 3 shows.
Yeah.
And it was really sort of democratic the way they sort of did everything. How did you guys initially get contacted for it?
I think it came through one of our partners at AEG, and who works closely with them, and he set us up. We were really lucky to get the call. I mean,
supposedly they showed them a sawed-off shotgun video or something. I don't really know. People can misconstrue and tell you anything, but
someone pulled some strings for us, and we are eternally grateful.
The important thing is that it happened, and it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Well, another band that opened for them on some of those shows last year are the Struts, who I'm going to see you guys with both today and through the course of the summer. Tell me about the sort of camaraderie with you guys. I think the two bands are very complementary musically to go out together, so it's pretty smart.
We're just buds.
Yeah, great guys. I mean, they've given us a lot of opportunity down here to play in front of some real audiences, especially when they kind of really need it. And their live show is phenomenal. Like, we watched them yesterday at in Philly. And I was like, shit, we need to step up our game here. I know, like, if we're going to be in the league with these guys,
they're so consistent.
Yeah.
They're consistent.
Like you said, like, I go out there and I get a little bitchy sometimes, and I don't give it my all, or, you know. I look at those guys and I'm like, if we're opening for those guys, you got to pick up your socks and step up your game.
I don't want to sound too conceited, but we kind of got used over the years to blowing bands out of the water that we were opening for, and the Struts, it's near impossible because they have such a
they're perfectly dialed in.
Well, they have such an amazing fan base too, and they connect so well with their audience, and Luke's such a great frontman. So, I mean, it's kind of it's a good thing for us to be on tour with them, because we have to win over, you know, a very, very
loyal
fan base.
Well, and again, I think it's a perfect touring match. I think it's great you're going back with the Stones. I'm stoked for Panic Attack, and I'm happy for you guys because, again, you mentioned the momentum. Everybody can sort of feel the wave coming on for you guys, and
pretty excited.
Overnight success after several years. There you go.
Awesome.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
My pleasure. It's always good to see you.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
I'll see you later today. Glorious Sons, we are backstage at Sonic Temple in Columbus, Ohio.